Hello, it is February 5th, Monday. It's time to do my reading, praying through the names of God. I'm on page 83 and 84. I think it's Jehovah, Adon, Ha-arets. Jehovah, Adon, Ha-arets. That's a mouthful. And I'm going to double check it because it's been a while since I've done this one. What was I doing? How to pronounce. It's probably on the second page. Maybe not. All right, let's look on the other page. Here it is.
Jehovah Adon Ha-arets.
I think I cut off the beginning.
Jehovah Adon Ha-arets.
Jehovah Adon Ha-arets.
Jehovah Adon Ha-arets.
Jehovah Adon Ha-arets. Something like that. It means the Lord of all the earth. Says verse, see the ark of the covenant of the Lord of all the earth, Jehovah Adon Ha-arets, will go into Jordan ahead of you. And that's Joshua 3:11. And I'm hot. I'm sitting on the other side of the couch to get out of the sun, but still, it's still hot in here. It's like 80 degrees. Woo. Ugh. I got the door open a little bit, but it's not enough. It's hot, 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 hot. Ugh. Open it up the rest of the way. I can't handle being too hot. Ugh. I don't know why he's got the curtains open. It's too much. Too much heat, too much heat. That's better. It was too hot. Okay, so back to my reading. Again, I'm on page 83. In adoration, Jehovah Adon Ha-arets, as the Israelites sought to enter the promised land, a river blocked their way. In fact, it was flood season, so the banks had swollen. And I think during flood season, the water is even really rapid and fast, and it's dangerous. They had seen you part the Red Sea, but now it was time to see you in a new way. You told them you had given them the land, and that you would drive out their enemies if they would do what you said. So you sent the priests into the Jordan, and as their feet touched the water's edge, you stopped the waters from flowing and dried up the riverbed so the people could cross over, offering you honor and praises all along the way. You are the great and awesome God who still does mighty acts on behalf of your people. And just a short prayer. Dear God, since we're talking about Israel, and we're talking about the great acts and things that you can do on behalf of your people, God, I pray for the peace of Israel, the salvation of Israel, the safety and the rescue of hostages in Israel, that you would protect every soldier as they fight against their enemy. I pray, God, that you would, and I know you will, because it's prophesied that Israel will inherit the land, and they will have it forevermore. When Christ returns upon the earth and sits upon the throne of David. In the meantime, Lord, even now, I pray, God, that you would let Israel occupy their land that you promised them, and that you would cause the world leaders to back off of their pressuring Israel to stop the war, not for Israel's sake or for the people's sake of Israel. It's their land, it's their lives that are in danger, but for the convenience and the profit of the nations around them that would like to go through the area for shipping, and it's costing more to go around. I don't know all the other reasons, Lord, but you do. It makes me so sad that they don't care about the Jewish lives at all. They don't care that the people want to have a nation and be a people. No, they just don't care. But you care. You care. And you know each and every one of them. And you love them. And you're their God. Whether or not they recognize Christ as the Messiah, you're their God. And some do, Lord. There are Christians in Israel. There are Jews that accept Christ and are born again and believe all the scripture. I pray for them especially, Lord. They're my brothers. They're my sisters in Christ. Protect them. Help them to be bold in speaking the truth. I pray and ask your protection. In Jesus' name, amen. So, in confession, Jehovah, page turned. Jehovah Adon Ha-arets. Sometimes it can be difficult to see how you will make a way where there seems to be no way. I wish I could know what the Israelites were thinking as they stood along the banks of the Jordan after hearing that you had instructed them to walk through it into the promised land. Did they doubt you? Just as I sometimes do. Did they immediately give you thanks, or did they wait until they saw the water begin to stop flowing? I confess to you, Jehovah Adon Ha-arets, I often forget that you have control over all the earth you created. The elements are nothing to you. The forces of nature are nothing to you. After all, you made them, and they obey you. You are not bound by the law of science. The earth is your playground. It is under your command. And thanksgiving to Jehovah, Adon, Ha-arets. Thank you for your creation and for your creative prowess. It's comforting to know that nothing is too big for you or removed from your control. The winds may rage and the storms shake the ground, but nothing shakes you. Nothing surprises you. Thank you for your ability to subdue the creation underneath you. I find you underneath you. In you, I find my peace. In supplication, Jehovah, Adon, Ha-arets, I ask you for special grace that I might keep my eyes on Jesus Christ, not on the waves surrounding me, and not on the water you're calling me to walk out onto. Even if the waters were powerful, my mind would still doubt that I could walk on them. As Peter sank when he looked down, I ask that I will not sink. May my eyes always be upon you. And as the Israelites witnessed you stopping the running water, I pray that you will help me to do whatever you ask me to do so that I can witness your miraculous intervention in my life. People that I love don't believe in God. It's heartbreaking. And that thought went through my mind as I was reading that. The people that don't believe, that say there is no God. God is just fables and stories that people tell themselves. Anyhow, today's reading is Leviticus 5, or not Leviticus 5, but February 5th, Leviticus 16, 17, and 18. So it's 3 chapters today, 16, 17, and 18. And am I still on? I got that paper that tells me how the chapters are divided up. I just got to reach over here and get it. So we read Leviticus 1 through 7, which is the laws of personal proximity. It's, you know, in 1 through 7, we were taught and learned that a sacrifice was required. God's justice must be served. Sin's debt must be paid. And part of that is, you know, talks a lot about the sacrifice. A sacrifice is an event. It shows there's a need for redemption. There are 4 repeated words: holy, sacrifice, offering, and blood. Sin is destructive. It works to kill, not only me, but works to kill and destroy others. So the 1 through 7, laws of personal proximity and the sacrifice that's needed. Then 8 through 10, laws of professional activity. Who can approach God for me? Only a priest, an advocate. And so it's the laws of professional activity of the priest, the things that they were to do. And then 11 through 12, laws of ritual purity. In these books, we learned what was unclean, what was clean. The word unclean is mentioned over 100 times. Then starting today, checking again, laws of national sanctity. And sanctification is a process where we learn how to walk with God. It is good to be in God's presence, but it's also dangerous. If you come into God's presence the wrong way, and you're in open rebellion, it might cost you even your life, as we will read. Or have we already read that? I'm not sure. Laws of national sanctity. A walk with God through sanctification and holiness. Nope, that's the next one. So laws of national sanctity. How to be sanctified. How to be a holy people before God. So that's what we're starting on today. Laws of national sanctity. And the Lord spake unto Moses after the death of the two sons of Aaron, when they offered before the Lord and died. So yeah, we read about that yesterday. They offered a strange fire, and the wrath of God broke out upon them and killed them. So it is good to be in the presence of God, but it is dangerous. But thank God we have a high priest that made a new and blessed way into the presence of God, going before us, putting his blood upon the altar, giving us mercy and forgiveness and grace so much. So again, chapter 16, verse 1, And the Lord spake unto Moses after the death of the two sons of Aaron, when they offered before the Lord and died. And the Lord said unto Moses, Speak unto Aaron thy brother, that he come not at all times into the holy place within the veil before the mercy seat, which is upon the ark, that he die not, for I will appear in the cloud upon the mercy seat. So it says, Speak unto Aaron thy brother, that he come not at all times. No. He couldn't go anytime he wanted to. Again, when you approach God, you have to approach God his way. Thus shall Aaron come into the holy place with a young bullock for a sin offering and a ram for a burnt offering. He shall put on the holy linen coat, and he shall have the linen breeches upon his flesh, and shall be girded with a linen girdle, and with a linen mitre shall he be attired. These are holy garments. Therefore shall he wash his flesh in water, and so put them on. And he shall take of the congregation of the children of Israel 2 kids of goats for a sin offering, and one ram for a burnt offering. And Aaron shall offer his bullock of the sin offering. This is a very important verse. And Aaron shall offer his bullock of sin offering, which is for himself, and make an atonement for himself and for his house. So he's got to be clean. And he shall take the 2 goats and present them before the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron shall cast lots upon the 2 goats, one lot for the Lord, and the other lot for the scapegoat. And Aaron shall bring the goat upon which the Lord's lot fell, and offer him for a sin offering. But the goat on which the lot fell to be the scapegoat, he shall be presented alive before the Lord, to make an atonement with him, and to let him go for a scapegoat into the wilderness. And Aaron shall bring the bullock for the sin offering, which is for himself, and shall make an atonement for himself and for his house, and shall kill the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself. And he shall take a censer full of burning coals of fire off the altar before the Lord, and his hands full of sweet incense beaten small, and bring it within the veil. And he shall put the incense upon the fire before the Lord, that the cloud of incense may cover the mercy seat that is upon the testimony, that he die not. And he shall take the blood of the bullock and sprinkle it with his finger upon the mercy seat. Eastward before the mercy seat shall he sprinkle of the blood with his finger 7 times. Then shall he kill the goat of the sin offering that is for the people, and bring his blood within the veil, and do with that blood as he did with the blood of the bullock, and sprinkle it upon the mercy seat and before the mercy seat. And he shall make an atonement for the holy place, because of the uncleanness of the children of Israel, and because of their transgressions and all their sins. So shall he do for the tabernacle of the congregation. That remaineth among them in the midst of their uncleanness. And there shall be no man in the tabernacle of the congregation when he goeth in to make an atonement in the holy place, until he come out and have made an atonement for himself and for his household and for all the congregation of Israel. And he shall go out unto the altar that is before the Lord, and make an atonement for it, and shall take of the blood of the bullock and the blood of the goat, and put it upon the horns of the altar round about. And he shall sprinkle the blood upon it with his finger 7 times, and cleanse it and hallow it from the uncleanness of the children of Israel. And when he hath made an end of reconciling the holy place, and the tabernacle of the congregation, and the altar, he shall bring the live goat, and Aaron shall lay both his hands upon the head of the live goat, and confess over him all the iniquity of the children of Israel, and all their transgression, and all their sins, putting them upon the head of the goat, and shall send him away by the hand of a fit man into the wilderness. And the goat shall bear upon him all their iniquities unto a land not inhabited, and he shall let go the goat in the wilderness. And Aaron shall come into the tabernacle of the congregation, and put off the linen garments which he put on when he went into the holy place, and shall leave them there. So the garment that he wears for Yom Kippur is only for Yom Kippur. He only wears it once a year. And when he puts it on to do this Day of Atonement, and then he takes it off after he's finished, and he leaves it within the holy place. And he shall wash his flesh with water in the holy place, and put on his garments, and come forth and offer his burnt offering and the burnt offering of the people, and make an atonement for himself and for the people. And the fat of the sin offering shall he burn upon the altar. And he that let go the goat for the scapegoat shall wash his clothes, and bathe his flesh in water, and afterwards come into the camp. And the bullock for the sin offering, and the goat for the sin offering, whose blood was brought in to make an atonement in the holy place, shall one carry forth without the camp, and they shall burn in the fire their skins and their flesh and their dung. And he that burneth them shall wash his clothes, and bathe his flesh in water, and afterwards he shall come into the camp. And then right after that verse, I've got the Day of Atonement. 29. And this shall be a statute forever with you, that in the 7th month, on the 10th day of the month, ye shall afflict your souls, and do no work at all, whether it be one of you, whether it be one of your own country, or a stranger that sojourneth among you. Notice there's one law, whether you're a Jew or a stranger. Everyone is to not do work. For on that day shall the priest make an atonement for you, to cleanse you, that ye may be clean from all your sins before the Lord. It shall be a Sabbath of rest unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls by a statute forever. And the priest whom he shall anoint, and whom he shall consecrate to minister in the priest office in his father's stead, shall make an atonement, and shall put on the linen clothes, even the holy garments. And he shall make an atonement for the holy sanctuary, and he shall make an atonement for the tabernacle of the congregation, and for the altar. And he shall make an atonement for the priests, and for all the people of the congregation. And this shall be an everlasting statute unto you, to make an atonement for the children of Israel for all their sins, once a year. And it says, lastly, the last sentence, and he did as the Lord commanded Moses. So that's what Aaron did. Chapter 17, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, boy, it's a lot of reading, and I don't want to read it. So I'm going to switch over to listening to it. It's just easier. So chapter 17. And let's do Leviticus 17. A lot of birds twittering out there, making a racket.
Chapter 17. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron, and unto his sons, and unto all the children of Israel. This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded, saying, What man soever there be of the house of Israel, that killeth an ox, or lamb, or goat in the camp, or that killeth it out of the camp, and bringeth it not unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, to offer an offering unto the Lord before the tabernacle of the Lord, blood shall be imputed unto that man. He hath shed blood, and that man shall be cut off from among his people, to the end that the children of Israel.
So, let's see, what man soever there be of the house of Israel that killeth an ox, or a lamb, or a goat in the camp, or that killeth it out of the camp, and bringeth not unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation to offer an offering unto the Lord before the tabernacle of the Lord, blood shall be imputed unto that man. He hath shed blood, and it's just animal blood. It's an ox or a lamb or a goat. But it says that man shall be cut off from among his people. Why? To the end that the children of Israel may bring their sacrifices which they offer in the open field, even that they may bring them unto the Lord, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, unto the priests, and offer them for a peace offering unto the Lord So there's a proper way the proper place of sacrifice, which is what Saul did not do. He wasn't the person to do it, and he didn't do it in the place and how that it was to be done.
May bring their sacrifices which they offer in the open field, even that they may bring them unto the Lord, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, unto the priest, and offer them for peace offerings unto the Lord. And the priest shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar of the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and burn the fat for a sweet savor unto the Lord. And they shall no more offer their sacrifices unto devils, after whom they have gone a-whoring. This shall be a statute forever unto them throughout their generations. And thou shalt say unto them, Whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers which sojourn among you, that offereth a burnt offering of sacrifice, and bringeth it not unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, to offer it unto the Lord, even that man shall be cut off from among his people. And whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, that eateth any manner of blood, I will even set my face against that soul that eateth blood, and will cut him off from among his people. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar, to make an atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, No soul of you shall eat blood, neither shall any stranger that sojourneth among you eat blood. And whatsoever man there be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, which hunteth and catcheth any beast or fowl that may be eaten, he shall even pour out the blood thereof, and cover it with dust. For it is the life of all flesh, the blood of it is for the life thereof. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, Ye shall eat the blood of no manner of flesh, for the life of all flesh is the blood thereof. Whosoever eateth it shall be cut off, and every soul that eateth that which died of itself, or that which was torn with beasts, whether it be one of your own country, or a stranger, he shall both wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. Then shall he be clean. But if he wash them not, nor bathe his flesh, then he shall bear his iniquity. Chapter 18. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do. Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Ye shall do my judgments, and keep mine ordinances, to walk therein. I am the Lord your God. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am the Lord. None of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him, to uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord. The nakedness of thy father, or the nakedness of thy mother, shalt thou not uncover. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. The nakedness of thy father's wife shalt thou not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. The nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, or daughter of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover. The nakedness of thy son's daughter, or of thy daughter's daughter, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover, for theirs is thine own nakedness. The nakedness of thy father's wife's daughter, begotten of thy father, she is thy sister. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's sister. She is thy father's near kinswoman. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, for she is thy mother's near kinswoman. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's brother. Thou shalt not approach to his wife. She is thine aunt. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy daughter-in-law. She is thy son's wife. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. Neither shalt thou take her son's daughter, or her daughter's daughter, to uncover her nakedness. For they are her near kinswomen. It is wickedness. Neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister, to vex her, to uncover her nakedness, beside the other in her lifetime. Also thou shalt not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart for her uncleanness. Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife, to defile thyself with her. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech. Neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am the Lord. Thou shalt not lie with mankind, as with womankind. It is abomination. Neither shalt thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion. Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things. For in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. And the land is defiled. Therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it, and the land itself vomiteth out her inhabitants. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, and shall not commit any of these abominations, neither any of your own nation, nor any stranger that sojourneth among you. For all these abominations have the men of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled. That the land spew not you out also, when ye defile it, as it spewed out the nations that were before you. For whosoever shall commit any of these abominations, even the souls that commit them shall be cut off from among their people. Therefore shall ye keep mine ordinance, that ye commit not any one of these abominable customs, which were committed before you, and that ye defile not yourselves therein. I am the Lord your God. Chapter 19. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak.
Am I done? Let me see. Yeah. So 16, 17, and 18. It just talks about the proper way of sacrifices, and how to, especially chapter 16 talks about how to observe. There you go. That's the word I want to use. How to observe the Day of Atonement, to do it the way God says to do it. And then 17 is the proper way of people to make sacrifices unto God. There's a place to do it, there's a way to do it, and there's the person that is to do it. And then verse 18 is about sexual purity. You know, a whole lot is about incest and the prohibition against that. And then this verse here, thou shalt not let any of thy seed or your children pass through the fire. Don't offer your children as sacrifices. One verse, but it's very clear. Don't offer your children as sacrifices to idols. The verse about same-sex, it says it's a sin. It's an abomination. It's an abomination to do a sexual practice with an animal. It's just wicked. And it says when you do not keep your sexual purity, and you're impure and you're wicked in the acts that you do, you know, through incest, through sacrificing your children to idols, to all the sin of different kinds of fornication, whether it's same-sex or bestiality, or it says that it defiles the land. says, defile not ye yourselves in any of these things, for in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. And then it says in verse 25, and it says it repeatedly, and the land is defiled. Therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it. And the land itself vomits out her inhabitants. The land becomes cursed. It says the land becomes cursed by sexual immorality. There it is. Verses 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. It says the land becomes cursed because of sexual sin. And that's pretty much, what am I trying to do? A synopsis of what I just read. A summary. All right. And, yeah, I'm going to put stuff away. Because it's lunchtime. And I got up and I had breakfast, took a shower, got dressed. And I went and did a chore. So I've been out today. Went to the post office. I had to replace my pencil sharpener because it just quit working. So I bought a new pencil sharpener. And then I went to the store and picked up milk and eggs. So I did 3 different chores. So, yeah. And it's lunchtime and I'm tired. But that is my daily reading. Daily in the Word. Sin has consequences. So, I'm all done.